Portland, they take the win 3-1. We'll get to the crazy math in this bad boy, but De'Aaron Fox finishes with 28, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Victor is back. Wemby with 27, 11, and 7 blocks. Count them. Penny, 26 points, 7 rebounds. It's the largest win in NBA playoff history by a team trailing by 15 or more at halftime. So that's the crazy math of the whoop. But by the way, that is twice now that the Blazers have blown a double-digit lead. I don't know, Chandler. It's obviously, it's hard to say, less experienced team, but we're just looking at two very young teams. Did they give it away twice?
Well, there's just levels to these two teams. And again, Scoop, be careful. You wanted Wemby.
Ooh-wee.
You got him. And he put 27-12 on your head with 7 block shots. So, again, careful what you wish for there. This
Easy
guy
as well.
This guy, I would have been like, I hope he doesn't play. If I was
just be honest.
I think we have a better chance of winning without that guy in the lineup.
We're
is what
better
I would have
without
said,
him.
because that is the truth.
That would have been awesome.
And this team, again, I think, this is a little inexperience here. This little guys that haven't been there they haven't been in the playoffs. They haven't been in the situation. But neither of the Spurs. So the fact that they can rally, they don't hang their head down. They have the foot on the gas pedal to kind of continue and just completely flip this game and end up being a blowout after being down 15.
Insanity.
It's super impressive for the growth of this team. And if I'm San Antonio and I'm up 3-1 and I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at, okay, Minnesota's up 3-1.
Don't look ahead.
Their 2 guys are out. Like, let's finish this series ASAP. Is it tonight? Tomorrow night. Let's finish the series tomorrow night. And let's get off our feet, get the most rest that we possibly can, and hope Minnesota gets it done too, because they're banged up, and I want them ASAP.
I mean, they scored 73 in the second half, Lou. That's crazy.
And that's why you go out and you get a De'Aaron Fox to add to this group. You know, think about all of the questions that we had when this season started. Who's going to start? Who's going to come off the bench? Is it going to work between this guy? No, just give me the best players available, and let's figure this thing out. And then you got to talk about Wemby. You got to talk about Wemby, man. Like, I saw him alter plays that were unreal. Usually when a guard is driving down the lane and a big comes and helps over, this is an easy drop-off pass to the big to be able to finish. Wemby, he's guarding a drive and he's guarding a finish, and they're not finishing. 7 blocks is incredible. Like, it's just his impact on the defensive end, it makes it so much easy for San Antonio to be able to fall in line and just do the intangible things that's needed to be able to help him anchor that defense. And then once you have those demoralizing plays where you feel like you got a wide open layup and this guy swats it to the 3-point line and start a fast break, and you got dynamic guards being able to run out, it's just a hard sell for the Portland Trail Blazers. I said it when this thing started after game 1. I think they're just outmanned and outgunned. They're doing everything they can to make this a competitive series. I just don't think they have enough to compete with San Antonio.
Not in the notes. I did switch the locations from where I was watching this game from the second half. I don't know if that's part
the second half was insane.
I'm just saying. 2 minutes to go. Denny.
No candle this time?
No, I did not like that. I'll never light that candle again. Did not like the Stephon Castle ball right to the chest move here. They both got text, by the way. I don't know. Are we scared of Denny? What are we doing here?
Are we scared? No, but if Castle does this to me, you have to react. No, man, no dude
What,
put a ball in my chest like this. So I think Denny had every right to react like this. And again, we're talking frustrated. When you play the same team twice, they get annoying. Now we're talking 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 times. There's going to be animosity. There's going to be frustration. But I think he had every right to react like that.
Cry harder.
No, I don't think he cried. I just think he just, if you're going to put the ball on my chest, I'm going to push you.
He's giving him the ball. That's what he's supposed to do.
Give the ref the ball.
I thought it was fair.
Give the ref. If you do that, I want to push you. No, I'm fine. So what?
I liked it. I like it. Get mad. We'll see you in the next one.
Chandler, you know what, Chandler? You make a great point, though. We're far removed from the game. But, man, at game 3, game 4, I'm tired of looking at y'all.
Yeah,
I'm tired of watching y'all.
I hate you.
I don't want to talk to y'all. Like at this point, I'm irritable. I'm just tired of the whole thing. Now we're starting to get into the part of the series where your game plan doesn't matter. Your scout report doesn't matter. It just comes down who's going to be the tougher, better basketball teams that can withstand guys putting the ball in your face, laying the ball up on the other end of the court at the end of games. All of these small little things start to add up from game to game, from series to series, and you're getting to that point where I'm just tired of looking at you.
You know what? He wouldn't have done that if Bobby Portis was a Spur. I can tell you that right now. We're going to take a quick break. This one was over. No Kevin Durant again. The Rockets stay alive. 3-1, a 115-96 victory. Thompson with 23. Tyree Eason had 20. DeAndre Ayton finishes with 19 and 10. They shot 40% from three, Houston did. The Game 3 loss wasn't pretty. Ime Udoka asked about the messaging that he gave these guys afterwards. Said, quote, grow up. You're not that young anymore. And then Amen said Alperen Sengun gave the motivational speech yesterday morning before the game. I would love to know that. I would love to know what he said.
Well, I think it's do or die now for them, obviously, and you do not want to get embarrassed. You do not want to get swept. And this is a team that arguably has more talent than the LA Lakers. And again, they're missing Kevin Durant, but you look across the way, they're missing their best two players, arguably. So, like, it is an even playing field. And I will say the X factors have been Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, DeAndre Ayton, those guys that we kind of have been easily criticized all year long. They've really stepped up, and the Lakers' turnaround on defense has been fantastic. Like, they're flying around, they're playing with more energy. They can go small, they can go big, they get up and pressure you. You know, JJ Redick has done beautiful job with like different schemes, different coverages, switching pick and rolls, going under one action, doubling the next action, like keeping it very, unpredictable for the offense. And whether it's double teaming Kevin Durant at half court or going to zone, like they've done a little bit of everything, which has been key for them. And I do feel like this was the one game they could let get away. This is the one game that
feels rigged to me. Feels rigged to me,
not excusing the loss, but I feel like if I was a betting man, I would have bet on the Rockets last night.
Really?
This is the one that like you can kind of look ahead and you can go, let's close it out at home or get a cushion.
They're not going to let them get swept.
But again, on the flip side, though, they need to win Game 5 because then they start playing every other night, and LeBron James did look a little tired and a little fatigued last night.
Sure.
But this is a big pride win for the Rockets last night, especially without Kevin Durant, and a collective effort for them.
Yeah, I thought the Lakers were just complacent and they laid an egg. This is a team that's having a 3-0 lead, and you're looking at this Game 4, and they just didn't put their best foot forward in knowing that they were going back home, for a pivotal Game 5. I thought Marcus Smart, who's been brilliant during this series, Luke Kennard, who's been brilliant during this series, they just didn't have that impact that they've had in the previous games. They're going to need those guys to step up and be big contributors moving forward in this series, especially if they don't want this thing to get interesting and they want to just close it out at home and make this a gentleman's sweep and finish 4-1. But for me, it was about those two guys. It wasn't about LeBron to me last night. LeBron is going to be LeBron. We can say that he was tired or whatever, but when it comes to Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, those have been the guys that's pushed this team forward, that's gotten them over the hump in those games. They didn't make a three between the two of them collectively. That has to change, and they got to have a bigger impact for me for them to close it out at home.
Yeah.
By the way, the LeBron part of it all, the beauty and the curse of LeBron and how long he's played and his age and all that is that when he does amazing things, we're like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? But then if he has an off night like he did, they're like, uh-oh. Age is catching up to him. It's just one game.
Yeah. I think you got to look at the big picture of the playoffs and how dominant he's been and how great he's looked. And I will say he's taken some spills. They're playing physical with him. But the only thing that concerns me a little bit is the lack of rest that he will get as this series goes on. So I think it's pivotal that they win Game 5 because, again, then we're talking just one day in between Game 6 and Game 7. But, again, this is LeBron James. He completely proves people wrong. Each and every game, each and every day, he's been great. I'd like to think that if they do happen to lose Game 5, Austin Reeves would probably come back Game 6 for a little boost there. Hopefully, because I don't think they're going to want to let this get too far and, again, go to Game 6 or 7. But they've been the better team all series long. Kevin Durant's, I think, officially out, right?
Dude, what is the deal with Kevin Durant? Why was he not even on the bench for Game 3? Talk to me about this. It feels bad.
What's weird to me is when they asked about his teammates, and his teammates say they don't know. That was the only concerning part for me is when, Amen Thompson was like, I don't know. I don't know if they're not trying to make it a big deal or what, but...
There's a disconnect, maybe?
A little disconnect there.
It can be a lot at play here. I've seen it all. I've seen some guys just flat out not show up. I've seen some guys that prefer to sit in the locker room and watch games, and I've also experienced, personally myself, where you're doing treatment in the back during the games because you don't want to waste that time. You're steady working, around the clock trying to get back on the court. I don't know what the scenario is for Kevin Durant, but usually in these scenarios, you see a guy pop his head out at least a quarter or whatever and then go back to the back and complete treatment or whatever you have. I don't know what it is. it also was interesting that his teammates didn't know what was going on and nobody kind of stuck up for him. But at the end of the day, he wasn't on the court. It didn't matter. He had nothing to do with the outcome of this game, so we can make it a big deal, but this is the playoffs and everything matters. And like I said, everything is under a microscope. But, I've seen every scenario under the sun when it comes to this type of stuff.
I'll say this. It makes more sense in like a Game 5 situation that he wouldn't travel with the team because he's back in Houston rehabbing, getting stuff, and like he might blow up, he might swell on the flight. Being at home,
he was on the bench
game
for Game 4.
He was there last night.
Because I think he wants to come to L.A. and be on the bench for Game 5.
I'm just saying it would make more sense to me if he didn't travel with the team for Game 5 in preparation to play for Game 6 and not have anything happen on the flight. But
I wouldn't even be surprised if he's in that back gym getting shots.
Right, and 100%. There's a trainer dedicated to Kevin Durant where he could be just doing rehab, constant Normatec, ice, stim, massage. Like he could be doing stuff during the game, trying so hard to be getting ready to play for the next game, and we're over here asking why he's not on the bench. So I will say there's a lot of other scenarios.
So that's why we're doing that.
We've seen it. we've seen it all, Beats. Like I've played in games where I've been part of games where I'm hurt, where at the top of the second quarter, during game days, a lot of the medical staff is dedicated to the guys that are active and in uniform. So even as a Kevin Durant, you might not have the time to get on the training table to do the things you need. You might not have that dedicated energy or a trainer that you need. But once the game starts, one of those guys might come with you, and that's where you start your treatment, and that's where you start your work. Now that you have the guys that are active out on the floor, and they don't need that time and that energy. I've seen it all. I'm going to guess that's what was going on. But, again, it was kind of different for his teammates to say, I don't know where he is,
Didn't love that. Not a great look.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, by the way, was ejected.